All right, so the first part of this was to get all these directory listings from all these different directories pointing back to the website. If the client has a website, we want them to be pointing back to the client's website. If the client does not have a website, we want them to be pointing back to the Merchant Circle or whatever directory listing you created first, so that all these other authority directory listings are pointing back to the same place. What that will do is boost that website or that directory page up in the rankings, and that's the URL that you've used in Google Places. So the higher that website goes in the rankings, the more authority it will give to the Google Places listing, and the more it will help push the Google Places listing higher in the rankings. All right, so I'm here in the Yellow Pages, and there's one more step to this. A way that we can give more authority to the authority sites. I am not, if you'll see here, it says sign in, register. I am not logged into Amy's website. What I did was I went to yellowpages.com and I did a search for AIM Yoga. And this is what I found. I found AIM Yoga. This is her listing, the one that we just finished. And look at this, be the first to review. Consumers can come and place reviews on your pages. Now, the more reviews the page has, again, the more authority it gives to that listing. Merchant Circle, Yellow Pages, Insider Pages, Yelp, all of them on that list I gave you have a way for consumers to review those pages, to add their reviews to those pages. And guess what? So does Google Places. I want to show you this. I'm just going to go to google.com. Now, I just like 10 minutes ago finalized her thing, so it's not going to probably be on the first page at this point. I'm not even sure it's really in Places yet. Yeah, and it's not on the first page. Not yet. Now, as I go through what I'm going to be going through, it will be. But what I want to show you here is not her listing. What I want to show you is these are the different yoga places in Annapolis. This is Places. It's got the, you can tell because it's got the letters next to it, A, B, C. And on the right, it tells us if there's reviews, 5 reviews, place page, 6 reviews, place page. Consumers can go here and add their reviews to the Google Places. They can click on the Places page. They can read the reviews, and they can add reviews. They are able to add reviews to the Places pages. Now I want to show you another thing here. Over here it tells you how many reviews are on the Places pages, but here it also tells you how many reviews are elsewhere. Here they've got 1 review on Yelp.com. Here they've got 6 reviews on Yelp.com and 5 reviews on Groupon.com. Here they've got 3 on Yahoo.com and 3 on Yelp.com. Now notice that all of the listings for yoga, all of the listings that are on the first page, A through G, and we'll scroll back up, all of them have at least 1 review on the Places, on the Google Places page. And all of them, except for the one that showed up last, have reviews on other directories. I'm going to scroll up here. You can see the only one that doesn't have a review on another directory is the one that's at the very bottom of the list. Oh wait, I take that back. Take that back. There's also this one in the middle. Okay? Now, we don't know exactly how Google applies the rankings. We know that the more optimized that listing is, the way I showed you to do it, and once we add the videos to Amy's listing, her listing will be very, very optimized. The more optimized it is, the better chance it has of getting on page 1. If there are reviews on the Google Places page, it has a better chance of getting on page 1. If the website that's connected to that listing, the Google Places listing, has a lot of authority sites pointing to it, then that listing has a better chance of being on page 1. If that company has reviews on other websites, on authority sites, it has a better chance of being on page 1 in Google Places. So these are all really important parts of the equation. We don't know how much weight Google gives to each one of these factors, but all of these factors are important. A very fully optimized Google Places listing. a website or web page on an authority directory that has a lot of other authority directories pointing to it. Reviews on Google Places page and reviews on other directories. So now I want to show you, I want to point out to you how to do these reviews. All these websites, they do track IP addresses. So even though your client may have several reviews or testimonials that they've received from their clients, they can't just sit down from their computer and type them all in on the client's behalf, because the directories, Google, all of them will see that they're all coming from the same IP address, and they will think it's spam, and they will basically nullify everything. It won't count for anything. In fact, those reviews will probably just disappear. They won't remain in the different directories. What you need to do, and there's several ways you can do it. Your client can ask their customers to go onto these sites and type in these reviews, but you know people don't usually follow through. But that is one way to do it, and your client can give them an incentive. Hey, if you add if you add a review, if you go ahead and write a testimony or something on 3 or more of these sites, I'll give you X. I'll give you this discount, or I'll give you, it's not, you're bribing them. It's kind of walking a thin line there. But hey, people don't do something for nothing. So you got to give them a reason to follow through. Another thing you can do is hire, overseas workers for real cheap at through Amazon's Mechanical Turk or someplace like that. To just sit there and bop out these reviews. The problem is, there's actually 2 problems with that. One, usually they're not very good at writing English, because most of them that work that cheaply are overseas and English is a second language, and they're not known for the writing skills. And number 2, the IP addresses are going to come from overseas. Why? And again, the search engines see this, and they're going to say, okay, so here's somebody in India who's writing a review for a yoga studio in Annapolis, Maryland. When did they ever go to a yoga studio in Annapolis, Maryland? And again, the review is going to disappear. It might stay there for a week or so, and then it'll disappear. Another thing you can do is you can hire a bunch of people now Annapolis is in Maryland. You can hire a bunch of people in Maryland, put something on Craigslist and offer to pay them, $1 or something per review. But you have to make sure that that each review they write is different, and that they don't put more than one review on one website. So they might be able to make $10 this way. It's not a lot of money for them. $10 for every Maryland client you have. Now, in addition to the list of the different authority directories I gave you, there are a few other places, and I'm going to provide you with this list, that I have found that are good for getting reviews. If your client offers services, for instance, Angie's List is a great place. If your client has a physical product they sell, Amazon. If they sell it on Amazon, Amazon's a great place. If they sell it in Walmart, Walmart's a great place. It really depends, if they sell it. Yahoo Answers, you can always go in and open up a question or answer a question about the product or services. I mean, there's lots of different ways you can get reviews for the clients. The problem is, and this is the biggest problem with the reviews, is that the different places track the IP addresses. And the IP addresses need to, first of all the reviews can't be coming from the same IP address. And all the reviews, all the reviews can't come from the same IP address, and you can only write one review from one IP address for one place. So because you need to make it look like one person is writing the review. So if I have a specific IP address and I write a review on ePinions, well then I can't write another review from this computer on ePinions. I can write another one maybe on Angie's List from this computer. And then I can write one from this computer on Viewpoints, and one, if it's a restaurant, from this computer on lunch.com, and that kind of thing. But I can't write 5 of them from this computer on ePinions for the same company. It would look like spam, and it would be shut down, basically. The reviews would disappear, and it could come back to bite the client. So the biggest challenge for us has been, since it is so difficult to get clients to write these reviews. It is difficult to get your customers to go online and write the reviews. It's a lot simpler for you or your client to sit down and type the reviews in themselves, but then how do they do that without it looking like it's all coming from one person and then being shut down for being spam? Now, I don't usually do this. I truly, truly don't. But this is a time where I feel I need to tell you about a product, because this product provides an answer, a solution to this problem. Because there really, until this product came along, really hasn't been a real solution to this problem. This product is called Local Business Listing Robot, or LBL Robot for short. And don't buy it from this link, because we have worked out a nice discount for you guys. But basically what it does is it sets it up so that, I'm going to scroll down real quick. It sets it up. Let me see if I can find. Okay, the first thing it does is it does review posting. Okay, module 1, review posting. So what it will do is it will allow you or your client to log in and sit down and put in the reviews, the testimonials that their customers have written. You can even make up a few testimonials. Don't tell anybody I said that. But you can put in these testimonials or reviews, and they won't go up all at once, because that would look suspicious. We want it to look like real people are doing this. So it'll go up over a period of time to these different websites, and they'll be posted from IP addresses that are in the same state as the company that is being reviewed. So for my Annapolis yoga client, Annapolis is in Maryland. So if I set this up to do reviews for her business, the reviews will be posted from IP addresses in Maryland. Now that is huge. That gets rid of it. It solves a huge, huge problem. And what's really cool is you can sit there all at once, you or your virtual assistant or even the client can sit there all at once, type all the reviews in, all the testimonials in at one time, push a button, and the system will set it up so they go out over a longer period of time from different IP addresses in the same state or same province if you live outside the US, because it's not just for US, and I'll show you this in a minute. The other thing it does, and I haven't even talked to you about this yet, is that it will create videos, and the videos will have a citation. So it'll post the videos, it'll actually make the videos, post the videos, and the videos will have a citation, which means, if I go back into AIM Yoga, her citation, let me go ahead and sign in so I can show you. I'm using words that I probably shouldn't use, but you might hear them from somebody else, and I want you to know that we've got it covered here. Okay, so a citation is the name of the business and the address exactly as it has been entered into Google Places. Now you want to enter it into Google Places exactly as it is on your client's website, or exactly as you placed it on the directory listing you created before you created the Google Places listing. And then you create the Google Places listing with the name of the business written exactly the same way. In this case, we capitalized the word AIM. So her business name is AIM Yoga. All right. And then if you look over here, here is her business address. All right, exactly as it's written. You notice I copied it because I don't want to put a comma in the wrong place or leave a comma out. It has to be exactly as it's written here. Now, that means if you put her address down as 411 Ferry Point Road, comma, Suite A, then the citation has to be, say, everywhere, 411 Ferry Point Road, comma, Suite A. If you abbreviated road into RD, then everywhere you would have to do it as RD instead of the word road. It has to be exactly the same as it shows up in Google Places for it to count. Okay? So one of the things that you can do is you can go into YouTube and upload a video. I haven't done a video for her. Now it's coming back to haunt me. And in the description for the video, you would do 3 things. You would put 3 things in that description. The first thing you would do is you would have the address to her website. You would have the URL to her website or to that Merchant Circle page. Then you would have a space. And then you would have the keyword phrase that you're trying to, let's see, if it's Annapolis, Maryland, gentle yoga, that you're trying to rank for that particular video. And then you'd have another space, and then you would have the citation. Now, I like to include in the citation the phone number as well, because, hey, we want people calling us, and it doesn't hurt. So on the citation, now you'll notice when I copied it over, it copied it differently than it looks. On the citation, you want it to look exactly as it does on the website. So this is what I would do is when I do her videos, this is what I will do. I will have the URL to her, actually in her case, she didn't have a website, so it'll be the URL to her Merchant Circle, which I don't have handy. And then I'll have the keyword phrase. Each video will target a different keyword phrase. I'll use the same keyword phrases I did for the images. And then it will have a space and her citation. Now, I went through all of this to share with you that LBL Robot actually does this automated. It will take either a video that your client already has, or it'll create a video from the images that your client has, and it will automatically upload them to the video directories with a citation. That's really cool. That actually helps push the ranking up even further. So this LBL Robot does both these things automatically. Everything looks like it's coming from the people in the same state, so you don't have to worry about things disappearing because even though your client is uploading true testimonials from his customers, it's all coming from the client's IP address, and so the directories think it's spam, and so the reviews disappear. You don't have to worry about any of that. And if you scroll down a little further, you'll see in the United States, these are the places. It says Google Maps. Google Maps is the same as Google Places. It will do reviews for Google Places, Yahoo Local, City Search, Insider Pages, Judy's Book, Kudzu, Local.com, Merchant Circle, Yellowbot, Yellowbook, and Super Pages. You don't need much more than that, guys. I mean, you could go out there and do a whole bunch more, but you know what? If you have page listings on each of these directories, if you do fully optimized pages on each of these directories, and then you have reviews coming from those directories, and constantly have more reviews and more reviews, that's all you need. In the UK, and this is really cool, the guy who put this together lives in the UK, so he didn't forget about you folks that live outside the US. In the UK, you've got a whole bunch of places as well. Again, Google Maps UK, Yahoo Local UK, Canada. Here are places specifically for Canada and for Australia. Now, if you live outside those 4 countries, then this isn't going to be of help to you. But if you live inside these 4 countries, this is going to be a lifesaver. You're asking how much does it cost? Well, the regular price is $97 a month. We've got you a huge discount. And the truth is, even if it was $97 a month, if you have just one client who's paying you $99 a month to do this for you, for you to do this for them, excuse me, then your costs are covered. If you have 2 clients, you're in profit. with the discount we're going to give you, if you have just one client paying you $99 a month, and what I usually do is I'll charge, a fee to set things up, like anywhere from, depending on where the location is, based on geographic location, prices are different. You're going to charge somebody in New York more than somebody somewhere in Kansas. Also, if the cities are really popular, like New York City, oh my gosh, that would be a nightmare. I usually charge about $2,000 to do a Google Places listing and about $4.99 a month, versus Annapolis, Maryland, where I will charge $4.99 to do the initial listing and then $99 a month to maintain that listing. Other places I will do as low as $2.99 initial and $99 a month. I never go below $2.99 for that initial setup and $99 a month. All right, so anyway, at $99 a month with the discount we're going to get for you, or we have gotten for you, you'll already be in profit with one client. Guys, this is actually the reason I'm bringing up this tool is I feel that this tool is necessary for you to get first page rankings in Google Places for your clients. I think it's very necessary, and that's why I'm telling you about it. If you don't get it, you can use some of the other tactics I shared with you, and I'll put them in the resources, Craigslist, Mechanical Turk, but they're not going to work anywhere near as well. Okay, so that's it for Google Places and how to get your client on the first page of Google Places, even if they don't have a website.